Greetings, brothers and sisters. Greetings. First and foremost, we must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters are truly edified by today's word. Listen, man, it's been a long week. I've been working really hard, man. So first and foremost, I must acknowledge my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, man, for continuing to bestow favor, mercy, and grace upon myself and upon those closest to me, man. So we must give the Lord His due as we get ready to get into this word today. Today is so-called Friday. This is my off day, thank God. And for those who don't know, man, I work like 12 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I get a chance to kind of somewhat relax. But even then, I can't really relax because I run my domestic violence business on the side of working full time, man. So I have a lot on my plate, man. But at the same time, you know, you got to be conscious. You got to make sure you find the time, man, even when you don't have it. To get a Lord His due, to do your service to the Lord, okay? I'm going to name this word today. When you make promises to God, don't delay in following through. For the Lord take no pleasure in fools. I think that's going to be the word I'm going to speak about today, making promises to the Lord, okay? A lot of us, let me just say it, the name of the day's word is when you make a promise to God, who we know is Yahweh. Don't delay in following through, for God takes no pleasure in fools. Okay. So let's really get this in the. Let's allow me to put it to you this way, brothers and sisters. When you make a promise to the Lord, who we know as Yahweh, don't delay in following through. For the Lord, who we know as Yahweh, takes no pleasure in fools. Okay? And so there's a couple of scriptures, man, I'm going to come out and talk about. But let's focus on this thing called making a vow. Okay? A lot of us make certain vows. People make vows when they get married. You know, that's one of the most common vows people can relate to. But if you're a spiritual law-abiding citizen, if you're a God-fearing individual, okay, you know the most prestigious vow that you can make is a vow to the Lord, aka a religious promise to the Lord, okay? In Ecclesiastes, okay, chapter 5, verse 4, and it reads, when thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for He have no pleasures in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. I mean, that's pretty much, man, as clear as you're gonna get it. Okay. Again, when thou vowest, that means when you give something to the Lord, when you do or give something to the Lord, aka vowest, a vow, a religious promise to the Lord, okay? Defer not to pay it. Don't delay, don't hesitate to pay that vow. For He has no pleasure in fools. What are fools? Simple ones. Those that's prone to be silly. Those that can be prone to be arrogant. Okay? Pay that which thou hast vowed. So when you make a promise to the Lord, man, you gotta cash that check, man. You gotta cash that check. Okay? There's an old saying, don't write a check your ass can't cash. You ever heard that? And that's the same way you have to put that in terms when you make a promise to the Lord. Okay? You can't just make a promise to do something because it sounds nice. Oh, you better follow through. or as your ass, Mr. Postman, excuse my French. Again, what's the name of today's word, man? When you make a promise to the Lord, don't delay in following through, for the Lord takes no pleasure in fools. See, only a simple one, only one that's prone to being silly, only an arrogant one, a server of Satan would make a blank vow to the Lord. Vows should be taken serious, especially when we're talking about making a vow to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. You see? And Numbers chapter 30, verse 2, and it reads, if a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. So once again, don't write a check your ass can't cash, man. Okay? Again, Numbers 30, verse 2. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, if a man makes a promise to the Lord, or swear an oath. What's an oath? In this case, an attest of innocence. Okay? If you swear an attest of innocence to bind his soul with a bond, which is an obligation, he shall not break his word. He shall not pollute or profound his word. Okay? He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. You see that? So brothers and sisters, listen, man. What's, excuse me, I'm dehydrated. Sorry. What's certain vows? Okay, what's examples of certain vows that we can make a promise to the Lord? Giving to the poor. You know, I love giving to the poor. I love giving to the unfortunates. I love giving to those that's destitute of wealth. I'm poor myself, you know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, man, I just naturally love to give to those that's unfortunate. You know, I give what I don't have sometimes to try to help. You know, that's just something that I do by nature. You know, that's just who I am. If I'm out and about and I see these people that ask for change or whatever, sometimes I don't have no change. I might have $5 or $10. I just give that and don't think nothing of it. And you should see the look on the faces of these people when you give them, when they ask you for some change and you give them a $20 bill or a $10 bill or a $5 bill, you know, or $4, you know. So, you know, and I'm not saying that to make it seem like I'm doing some good deed. It's just, this is who I am. But if I made a vow, a promise to the Lord that, hey, I'm going to give to the poor the rest of my life, then I got to stand on that. I got to stand on that. I got to see that through. So, brothers and sisters, when we make these promises to the Lord, you better know what you're doing. Okay? Certain vows you can make. I'm going to give you some examples. For an example, giving to the poor. You make a vow to give to the poor, you got to stand on that. You make a vow to be abstinence from to certain things or from certain things. You got to stand on that. Certain sacrifices, okay? Certain lifestyle changes. You got to stand on that. Let's say you make a vow to stop eating pork and seafood, things that's considered that goes against the dietary laws, and you make a vow that you want to stop doing that, stop eating things that's considered abominable. You got to stand on that, okay? If you make a vow to stop defiling your temple by smoking drugs or smoking cigarettes, which are things that will defile your temple, you got to stand on that. You see? So again, man, like I said, man, the name of today's word is when you make a promise to the Lord, don't delay in following through, for the Lord takes no pleasure in fools. Okay, so if you make a vow, if you make a religious promise to the Lord, okay, and you don't follow through, you are considered a fool, because the Lord is not who you want to play with when you're making these vows. Okay, just like when you make a vow to get married, part of those vows is to be together, be faithful, to death do your part, or however it goes. You know, when you make that vow, that's a lifetime commitment. That's a promise to your partner that, hey, we in this thing forever. Especially when you're biblically married, when you're married based off biblical principles, when you married based off the eyes of the Lord and what He constitutes being married. Oh, you got to really take that vow serious. You dig? So all I got for you, sincere brothers and sisters, man, I want to thank Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. Again, man, the name of today's word is, when you make a promise to the Lord, don't delay in following through, for the Lord takes no pleasure in fools. So all I got for you, man. I'll be headed to the gym in a little bit, and health is wealth. And when I leave the gym, usually I load a word up. So in the next few hours, man, you'll probably get some more food from me today. Stay blessed. Love on those who love you. Love on those that hate you, man. Word.